Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Magna Madness. Like usual, it's been a long time, but I haven't needed to do anything, and now I have a lot of overdue maintenance. So today we're going to do a thermostat. I'm going to take you through all the steps of how to do it. I apologise, I don't have a microphone, it is windy. You should be used to that by now if you're familiar with this channel. I'm also repping my ugly Uncle Rico shirt, so if you want to be part of this beautiful tribe, you can buy these on Uncle Rico. So yes, today we're going to do a thermostat. I also have to apologise. I look like shit, but I'm not here to look good. I'm here to show you how to do stuff. So first thing I've done before we were on camera, I obviously jacked up the car, but if you are working on a car, you should know how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, please take your car to a mechanic so you don't kill yourself. You'll also see Monty, our cat. He's our little apprentice and he likes to get involved. So first thing we're going to do, drain the radiator coolant into a bucket or otherwise liquid holding device, because we don't want the EPA after us. It's bad to drain coolant into the environment. We want to dispose of it correctly, and if you're not sure where to dispose of it, ask a local mechanic, because chances are they can do it for you. So what we're going to do, look under the front right hand side of your vehicle. The right hand side is the driver's side, the steering wheel side in Australia. So there's a very obvious bright yellow tap. You just want to turn that. And you don't have to take it fully out if you don't want to. You can leave it in to save losing it. If you have a flow like this, undo your radiator cap. It'll let the air through and push all that coolant out of the system. Okay, so most cars should have two little clips here. Pretty self-explanatory. Get a screwdriver, undo it, pops out your airbox back. But because I've only got one, we're just going to cheat. And we're just going to undo the airbox clips. Pretend that one's attached. Take the air filter out. Clean it while it's out if you wish to. Put it in your pile of parts. Good idea to keep everything in a nice little pile. Just remove that out the way. Then what we're going to do, just down in here is a 10mm bolt. We're going to undo that one just there. Cool, so once that one's undone, we're also going to undo the one at the front here. And we're also going to undo the bolt on the inside of the airbox as well. Thankfully, at least they're all 10mm, so it's nice and easy. Beautiful. Now all three nuts and bolts are undone. We can maneuver the airbox out. Wash it down there somewhere. Now we have access to our thermostat housing. So I've got a bit of wiring here. Looks like we should be able to leave it on the housing. There's two 12mm bolts here and one down the bottom. So we're going to undo all those, and then this hose and everything should come off nice and easily. Alright, we're going to undo this just to get it out of our way to make our life a little bit easier. Like I said, you don't have to. Much like the rocker cover gasket, and everyone harps on at me for removing the coolant hoses. It's your choice. If you want to do it, man, just do it. If you don't want to do it, then leave it on there. Don't drop any of that stuff. And then what you can do so you don't lose that is just put it back. Now we're going to undo these two top thermostat housing bolts. And the one underneath, it's going to be a little bit hard to get on video, but if you feel it, you'll certainly be able to feel it. Now it's a little bit hard to get your ratchet straight unless you have a shorter extension because of the engine mount. So just be careful with that you don't round off that bolt. Probably noticed that I haven't done a whole lot of videoing of me undoing nuts and bolts, because that's really all it is. You probably don't need to watch 10 minutes of me doing exactly that. Alright, so all three of those are now out. Be prepared for some coolant. maybe not. Inside of the housing is actually pretty clean, which is not too bad. So, because I'm going to reuse this seal, which is a bit of a no-no. I thought the new one came with a seal, but I clearly didn't check very hard. So I'm just going to, rather than pry from the seal to damage it, because the thermostat I already know is stuffed, we're just going to pop it out like so and let the rest of that coolant run out. That's our old thermostat. So the first thing to do, highly important, you can see here it's been hot. Highly, highly important. First thing you ever do when you buy a part, you look at the new one, you look at the old one, and you make sure they're the same. There's nothing worse than when people don't check. It's always crucial too, just a little hot tip from the trade. Don't damage your boxes until you've checked that part. Don't go ripping into things, because stores generally won't accept back broken packaging or ripped packaging. Always check before you ruin packaging. Okay, so my plan of reusing that seal isn't great because I've just gone to peel it off and it's all cracked. So we're gonna very quickly pop down to our local Repco and get a new one. Been to Repco, we now have a new housing gasket. Now, I swear I'm an adult who's capable of opening a packet. You'll see there's a ridge in there. Goes around the edge there. Let's see how fast I cock this up and regret not buying two just in case. Perfect. Beautiful. That's all nice and secure. Now we can plonk it in and put it all back together. You just want to make sure that little bleed jigger, so this little floppy thing, just sits at the top. Perfect. Now we're going to just put it back together the exact same way that we took it apart. We'll put those 3 bolts back in the thermostat housing and do those up. So just the same as before, 2 up the top and the 1 down the bottom. You probably noticed the threads on these aren't the best. It's up to you if you want to clean them up while they're out. I don't really have the stuff to do it here, so they're going to stay as is. Had to make sure I had the right bolt then. Now I could cheat and use my little rattle gun, but everyone seems to prefer it when I use hand tools, because not everyone has the access to power tools. So whilst I could cheat and make my life a little bit easier, I shall not, for the purpose of people on the internet. And now we're going to undo this bolt that we put in here before so we didn't lose it. Find the P-clamp. Set it back to how it should be, which is this way. Get it roughly where you reckon is holding nicely. And do him back up. Alright, now we're going to put the airbox back into this house. Weasel our way in there. So, same as before, only the opposite. You've got your bolt here, your nut on the inside, and then you'll have your bolt in the right hand side there. Right, I've just put the back side of the airbox in and the air filter in. Now we'll just pop the little snorkel piece back in, featuring Monty. And that will do for the top side for now. If you took the drain tap out of your radiator, before we do anything else, we're going to put it back in. If you left it in there, just tighten it up. But if you took it out, put it back in, because otherwise doing a coolant flush and new coolant is just going to spill all over the ground and waste your money. So next thing to do is coolant flush and coolant. I actually have done a video before when we had the 380 on how to do coolant flush. So if you want to refer to that video, we will skip over that step for now. And then once that's done, we'll come back. So coolant and coolant flush is now all done. I've just got it warming up just to make sure there's no leaks. As far as we can tell, there is none, which is good. So that pretty well calls it done. Until something breaks again, I'll see you guys next time.